SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flo.
In the headlines, Fisherman's Day celebrations return to Kingston. Fisher folks ecstatic with the venue change. Barbados ready to part with its majority shares in regional carrier Liat. World leaders join veterans to mark 75th anniversary of D-Day landings in south of England. And in sports, Sri Lanka beats Afghanistan in low-scoring thriller in ICC World Cup clash. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's Evening News and Sports.
That was the news headline sponsored in part by Flo.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Wednesday, June 5th, 2019. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. The national activities for Fisherman's Day 2019, which will be observed on Monday, June 10th, will return to the Kingston Fish Market after 10 years being held at the Calico Fish Market. A number of fisher folk are excited with the venue change, and preparations are said to be on the way to get the Kingston Fish Market and its surroundings cleaned up for Monday's activities, including the prize-giving ceremony. The Fisherman's Day Committee, which also welcomes the change of venue from Calico to Kingston, said the day's activities will include a fish fest and prizes for fish will be sold at a reduced cost. Larissa Pox, the Kid, tells us more in this report.
After a reported intense meeting with ministry officials yesterday, it was agreed that the venue for this year's Fisherman's Day activities, which is in its 44th year, will be the Kingstown Fish Market. Elated members of the Fisherman's Day Committee expressed gratitude to the minister responsible for fisheries, Sabota Caesar, for making the final decision to have the venue changed from Calico to Kingstown.
I think the fishers will be happy. There was some discomfort in the fishers about taking part in this year's competition. And knowing it's Kingston now, I think they have a lot of joy in them that they show their support yesterday.
In terms of accommodation and things like that, it's much better. The stalls are limited. In the next location I was put up, in Kingston we'll probably have about 20 or so stalls available to the general public.
Kingston, I feel much better. It's sticking Kingston, and all the fishermen will feel much better. It is in Kingston. Everybody will take a part.
Give thanks to the ministry and the minister for accepting, because it was a challenge for us to get it come to Kingston, and we finally got the okay to have it in Kingston, and we are truly happy.
Now that Kingstown location has been decided, Chairman of Fisherman's Day 2019 Committee Raul Lewis said they will be following through with their plans to clean up the market and the Little Tokyo area where tents would be erected for Monday's activities, which will include a fish fest and a prize-giving ceremony.
We have a big market, we have the big wharf, and the guys are really, really happy. And this year we're looking forward for the customers to come in and get the fish at a cheaper price. The fish would be sold at $7 a pound. We're going to do some washing down, some cleaning of the drains, and remove some of the tables there, some of the all the stuff there. We're going to have the area clear.
On Fisherman's Day, Monday, June 10th, fisherfolk across the country who will be competing in the Fisherman of the Year competition are expected to leave for sea at 4 a.m. to return with their catch from as early as 11 a.m. to the Kingston market, where their catch will be processed and weighed.
Fish would be taking place right here in the yard, in front of everybody so that everybody can see. You have all the space here. Everyone can come in and take a peep and see what's going on. We are not saying it's going to be better than Calico or it's going to be worse, but we're just trying to see what the outcome may be.
Close to 60 fishermen have indicated an interest in participating in the competition, which carries monetary prizes totaling over 25,000 EC dollars. The competition has various categories, including the biggest fish, heaviest fish, most pounds, and the most head of fishes. The committee members are encouraging members of the public to come out in their numbers and take advantage of the Fish Festival, also to be held on Monday.
We want the whole country to come out and see what's going on that day. And we want everybody to come out and get fish, buy all the fish. We want all the fish to be sold on that day. If you're lucky, you probably will get fish cheaper than $7 a pound. This area, the wharf, would be open also. We wouldn't have restriction on the customers to come in. They can come in on the wharf, they can see all the operation, of the boat, see the catch, see everything.
Reporting for SVG-TV News, Larissa Pogsley-Kidd.
A number of fish vendors also voiced their satisfaction with the decision made to have Kingston host this year's Fisherman's Day activities. Our news team spoke to some of the vendors today who were all in favor of the Kingston location as opposed to Calico.
Anything California, they have no space to the boat to them, they have no space to sell the fish. They in the sun, they say look for quality fish, but all the fish in the Sunday, find up one place. So I got it back in town because look at it inside here. Everybody could come in, all the fishermen could come in, chop the fish at $7. We're selling it out cheap, chop the fish at $7, give the people when they come in.
The fisherman thing is better in town than outside. Because when people want to come from the world, it's problem.
Wonderful thing. So nice I'm feeling. I can't talk about how glad I'm feeling about the Fisherman Day in Kingston. When I've been out there, rain me coming and me get my skin wet down. Yeah, I be selling fish. Well, I sell fish, and when fish come, I go sell. And I go feel nice to sell inside here.
Great about it because we have better wharf, better felicity in the market, and we have more place that you could get your fish sell and so.
Back, I went out and fishing, me and an ex-lady from Barley, and we traveled all the way from Barley to get out to Calico, to go and listen about the ceremony. And when I went out there that morning, I enjoyed out there at all because lots of rain coming and the park was messy with load of rainwater and the dirtiness of the park out there. I didn't enjoy it at all. So I'm really glad it is right here in Kingston, at the new Kingston Fish Market. And I am as a vendor, I work in the fish market and the fish market is very clean. So people from all over St. Vincent and Grenadines could come in and buy the fish.
I'll be very glad that it come back into town because I was number one fisherman. So I'm so glad that we got more space that we could land with fish, boat to park up easy, and things will be better than have it in Calico. Because in Calico, the wharf out is no good. It's too small, place too small to have a fisherman day.
Because it has been a long time since it wasn't in town. And this is the main market, this is the main source. So it's supposed to held there every year because it is the main market and it have big facilities. Plenty boat could dock in anywhere around. When they call out the small, the wharf is very small. And when rain comes in, they don't have no place to stay. So I think it's better here. And they will be more comfortable here too. Once it's in town, I will be here.
Meanwhile, the Calico Fish Market will be hosting its own Fisherman's Day activities come Monday, June 10th. A member of the Calico Fish Market Management Committee, Dean Clouden, said they thought it best to have their own activities for various reasons.
We have 30-something boats in Calico, that is, and they all decided that they're not going to take part in the competition because of the fact that there's been ill practices over the years where fishermen from town has been pooling with one another and winning the prize. You know, where one boat is throwing fish into another and they haven't got the fisheries to address this in any way at all. However, we have decided to have our own Fisherman's Day in Calico, if you want to call it that. Of course, as I said, now saying that is, Fisherman's Day is something that came out of East St. George. It's the brainchild of East St. George. And I don't see why people should be looking to make an effort to move from East St. George. Time and time has gone by. We used to look at other venues, but we come to decide that Fisherman's Day in Calico is the best. It's more family-related thing where people.
Clouden highlighted some of the activities that patrons can expect on Fisherman's Day at Calico.
What we'll be doing, we'll be having performances by, Luther and Chanel, Rodney Small and his band, and we'll be giving prizes to persons with the biggest catch. Of course, we'll be looking at the fact that honoring the fishermen who have been in the industry for many, many years. We're looking at 4 or 5 of them, and also we're going to be looking at persons, we're asking persons, that is, to come out and set up their food stands and their drink stands and so on, and we'll be giving prizes to the person probably with the best fish dish. That's just probably a few of some of the things that we're going to be doing on that particular day.
In other news, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has expressed confidence that SVG will secure a non-permanent seat on the UN Security Council, making history as the smallest country to hold such a position. The Prime Minister was at the time speaking at the launch of his latest book at the Methodist Church Hall last evening. The vote will take place on Friday, and PM Gonsalves said he will be meeting with Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sir Louis Straker, to strategize their final push before the vote. PM Gonsalves said he expects SVG will gain more than the needed votes to secure the seat.
Tomorrow in New York City, as we do our final push for the vote on Friday for the Security Council, and I just want to say I'm very confident of that. I'd be very surprised and disappointed if we don't get the 2/3 of the General Assembly. Out of the 193 votes, we need to get 129, 130, and I've been counting heads, and I feel sure we are above that number. And but as they say in baseball in the United States, it's not over till it's over. It's not over till the fat lady sings.
Noting that SVG does not possess the same resources as some of the countries looking to occupy a seat on the council, PM Gonsalves said the campaign by SVG has been one of using ideas and its conduct internationally.
A long campaign to choose this period to go, 2020, 2021, and for the election in June 2019, because we don't have money to spend on a big campaign. We have to win the campaign with ideas. We have to win the campaign with how we have conducted ourselves internationally and especially at the United Nations. Camilo's book was part of the campaign. This is part of it too. You will see on Friday in the newspaper, in summary, what our campaign has been about, so that whether we win or we lose, whether we get the seat or we don't get it, the people of St. Vincent and Grenadines will be able to read on Friday morning what we have been about.
There are 15 countries in the Security Council, of which 5 are permanent members with veto rights: the US, Russia, China, the UK and France. The remaining 10 countries are elected for a 2-year period, staggered in groups of 5. In addition to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Niger, Tunisia, Vietnam, Germany, Belgium, the Republic of South Africa, the Dominican Republic, Estonia and Indonesia are set to be on the Council in 2020. The UN Security Council is a UN body charged with ensuring international peace and security. The Security Council is the only UN body that can take binding decisions which countries must fulfill. Issues relating to class, race, citizenship, leadership, governance, the labor movement, and the unique history of this country were highlighted in a new book written by Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves entitled The Political Economy of the Labor Movement in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Members of the public, including current and former government officials and heads of various trade unions, were in attendance at the launch of the book at the Methodist Church Hall last evening. Given a brief overview of the book was activist and attorney David Comijong, who said SVG has a peculiar history, and in order to advance, it is important for Vincentians to learn about this country's unique past. Reading a quote from the book, Comijong said the book is a detailed examination of the history of SVG through the perspective of the working people and the organizations which represent them.
To reaffirm yet again that the understanding and an explanation of a country's political economy in the epoch of capitalism can be best pursued through a thorough examination of its labor movement and the working people who constitute it. End of quote. So what the comrade is doing in this book is giving you, I can't even say an overview, because he's giving you a detailed examination of the entire history of this country, told from the perspective of the working people, of their organizations, both their trade unions and their political parties.
PM Gonsalves said his book touches on issues of the state and why he opposes a citizenship by investment program for SVG. The Prime Minister said the government is no longer an alien force but belongs to the people, and it is important for leaders not to abuse citizenship, which he called the solemn adornment of the state.
If the leaders decide to abuse and misuse the solemn adornments of the state, meaning citizenship and the passport, the ordinary man and woman is likely to say, aha, they're telling us that this thing belongs to all of us, and they're abusing it and misusing it like that, because the bulk of the benefits in any event from citizenship by investment, lawyers, accountants and other people and intermediaries of one kind make a ton load of money. So if you can take this most precious of commodity, citizenship is what defines us in a political society. It is the relationship between us.
Touching on the issue of race and class, the Prime Minister said SVG's classes are still not fully formed, much like what exists in modern countries, and as such it is important for the state to be more democratized.
Above society, there is still a residue of that which allowed for autonomous state action, autonomous from either of the major contending quote-unquote classes. And this is why it is required, therefore, that the state must be, which is the point you quoted from me later, must be more democratized. That was part of the purpose of the 2009 constitutional reform. Be more transparent, etc., etc. It's a subject on which of salience, which the nation must reflect.
The Upstage Calypso tent will be showcasing its 2019 cars and others at a show this evening at the Russell's Auditorium. This and other stories coming up when we return with Carnival Beat. Stay with us.
Local news sponsored in part by Flow.
Death is a fact of life. Even though death is a fact of life, that doesn't make it any easier. When dealing with the loss of a loved one, you may try to be strong, but it's really hard sometimes. But that's just when the experience of the staff at New Haven Funeral Home can demonstrate their compassion and help to guide your family through the difficult time. So in your time of loss, call the New Haven Funeral Home at 457-1830 or 458-1467 or email newhavenfuneralhome@gmail.com. New Haven Funeral Home, SVG's preferred funeral home.
Star Limited is now located on the third floor of the first St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products and furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the first St. Vincent Bank building. And don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grungs 453-2089.
Kidney disease is a growing concern around the world and here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chronic kidney disease is a life-threatening condition which occurs when a person's kidneys are no longer able to clean the toxins and waste products from the blood or perform other kidney functions normally. When this happens, a person needs dialysis. Dialysis is where a machine takes over the function of the kidney and safely removes the poisonous waste from the blood. Since 2012, Health Solutions Inc. has operated a full-service hemodialysis facility in SVG that offers state-of-the-art equipment, courteous, well-trained staff, and a comfortable treatment environment.
We're encouraging for early detection. Anyone who is either diabetic or hypertensive and has any questions or concerns, please contact us at 784-451-2836 or visit us at www.healthsolutionssvg.org.
This season, experience all the sports you love. Whether on a large screen or a mobile device, you've got the best seat in the house. Share the moment with you and your family from wherever you are with the latest products from Quartz. Get it now with Ready Finance. Don't miss a moment of the action. It's Sports Mania at Quartz, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Hi, I'm Jillian Cruikshank, your hypnotic driver, inviting you to come make some magic with the entire Magic team at the Signature Restaurant and Lounge on June 8th. Come, let's have some fun and celebrate and make some magic.
Oh yeah。Baby， 我们之间的爱情编织出天涯，看时间并肩在一起，却不同的步伐，同样的戏码一直不断，来回的穿插，是不是爱在变化，卷进风华？
Welcome back. And in Carnival Beat this evening, we hear that Calypso lovers are invited to the Russell's Auditorium this evening to witness the talent of local and regional Calypsonians at a show hosted by the Upstage Experience Calypso Tent. The show will feature most of the cast members of the tent, including Scorpion, Brother Ebony, Lord of Mercy, as well as Trinidadian Pharaoh. Director of the Upstage Experience Calypso Tent, Stephen Huggins, said each year the tent continues to grow in strength, delivering quality calypso music. Huggins said the Trinidadian artist Pharaoh is a dynamic artist and believes his performance will be well received by patrons at this evening's showcase.
Every particular show is an improvement on the one before, and so this one will be no exception. The people involved are growing in numbers. We have about 3 new persons coming on to this particular show. Scorpion is returning from the United States. Brother Ebony is returning from Trinidad and Tobago. Also, Lord of Mercy, who was away on duties in Jamaica, he will be back. And as I said before, we usually bring a foreign artist. Those persons are locals who have been overseas. And so Pharaoh will be with us for tomorrow night. And he is a dynamic performer from Trinidad and Tobago. He was in the national competition there. I will leave him to deal with all of that, but just to say that we were impressed with his performance in Trinidad and decided that he was the one who will be there as a substitute for Gabby, who was there last year. So that's what we have to offer for 2019 in this particular show coming up on Wednesday night.
Huggins said the show will also feature young and upcoming artists from primary and secondary schools, as well as versatile soca artists who will be delivering performances in the calypso format.
We have school people, children who are going to school still in the tents performing. There's Omani. I don't think he's more than 10 years old. There's Saya. She's just about 14, 15. Then there's Ronella, about the same age. And so we have a lot of very young people. That's not all. The people who just left school. And you'd want to know, well, how come? Because Upstage is molding them and bringing them, keeping them doing calypso. But more importantly, there's some soca artists, young soca artists who are returning to the calypso tents and performing. There's Rich Kid, right? There is Asher Robinson. He's known as Asher. There's Magical. I'm sure some of the young persons have heard Magical for the season. It is Bloody Hell Crazy. And then, as far as I understand it, this evening we'll be having Dimes and Pixel performing. Well, at least they'll be rehearsing, hopefully, and we'll be performing tomorrow night as well. and they're promising to do something in the calypso genre. So what we have is a movement of young people coming back, if I could put it that way, into calypso.
The Upstage Experience Director said calypso is a unique part of this country's culture and appeals to the public to support the art form both physically and financially.
It's very important. I can go into a lot of things which I don't know if this will be the right forum, but for example, this year all the tents took the decision to raise the entrance fee to $15 instead of $10, which it was traditionally for a long, long time. And we started hearing through the grapevine that there were persons in the public who were saying, oh, that's too high and so on. And I want to just pose a question. How do you expect the calypso tents to operate on $10 show when it really deserves maybe $20, $30? I mean, it's ridiculous to expect that you can pay all your expenses and still have money to pay the artists. So what happens in a lot of cases is that these artists are all singing for free. And you're saying you don't want to spend an extra $5 or $10 to make sure that this is possible. So calypso associations and calypso tents can't operate on a $10 show, which we know costs more than $10 to produce. Per person, that is.
The Upstage Experience show this evening at the Russell's Auditorium is expected to commence at 8. Carnival is one of this country's largest cultural activity, and the Eastern Caribbean group of companies is playing its part in its continued development. On Monday, the company presented a check of 90,000 EC dollars to the Carnival Development Corporation. Several rural carnival committees, Carnival Bands Association, representatives from other carnival components also received financial and other support from the company to assist with their activities for Vincy Mas 2019. Marketing manager of ECGC, Rachel Haslam, said the company is delighted to play a role in the continued development of Vincy Mas. She said the company is also excited that it has been selected as a title sponsor for the Junior Fet World event.
ECGC will be supporting several carnival entities as we fulfill our corporate obligation to the people of SVG to give back to what is the largest national event, Vincy Mas. Welcome to Soca Land, as is the theme for this year. As we continue to build our relationship with the CDC, this year we have been awarded the title sponsorship of the Kiddies Carnival, which I'm sure most persons know is now been branded Junior Fet World, the Mass Edition. And we are truly excited by the rejuvenation of this event. CDC has put a lot of effort into putting added attractions in place to make it a fun-filled afternoon for all the children. So parents, you need to save the date of Saturday the 29th of June, because that's Juicy's Junior Fet World Mass Edition.
Chairman of the Carnival Development Corporation, Ricardo Adams, said Vincy Mas is a national event which all Vincentians should be proud of and support. Adams praised ECGC for its continued contribution to the festival.
ECGC is not only supporting the CDC, but if you listen carefully, they're supporting rural carnivals, they're supporting the Carnival Bands Association, they're supporting players in Monday Mass, they're supporting players in Juve, they're supporting the Calypso tents, and they're also supporting the private promoters. And I think that is actually a wonderful thing, because it says that they're not concerned about simply what is happening in the Victoria Park, but they are concerned about what is happening nationally for Carnival. And I always say that Vincy Mas is a national event, and it's an event which ought to benefit all Vincentians, whether directly or indirectly. So I'm really happy that you guys are investing in all of the players in Carnival. I don't know as yet if any of the steel bands have approached you, but that's the only segment that I see that's missing. So I'm pretty sure you're going to get some approaches next year.
The High Voltage Mass Band is dedicating this year's presentation white to the judges of the mass component of Vinci Mass. The Mass Band will present 10 sections this year, with the primary color being white, except for one section which is amply titled, "Where is the White?" Band leader Kingsley Collis said after the results last year for the Band of the Year competition, he thought of giving up and stopped doing mass production. He claimed that the band was unfairly judged, and this year they are hoping for a better result with their unique white production.
You know, we in High Voltage Mass Camp feel like after last year we feel like giving up. We feel like surrendering. We feel like we don't want to be a part of this no more because they're not seeing us, they're not judging us the way we think they should have judged us. You know, because we are a band not only for entertainment, but we educational as well one time. You understand? We enlighten persons with knowledge. We give knowledge in every one of our presentation. Our presentation is not only for you to be entertained, but it's for you to be educated as well. But we felt we were cheated. We felt we was dishonest, you know, so we base all these sections, we base the entire band on two sections. One is white collar, the other is surrender. So the band basically is a tribute to the judges and how they're judging us. You know, the timing of that is start to use the criteria and not favoritism. I may sound negative saying this here, but my reasons for saying this is that persons telling me I should have bring bottom glass or Indian Bay, and this coming from persons who are involved in the judges panel as well too.
Collins said that it has been a great challenge producing mass, especially under the conditions that the band has with leakage. He said that despite the challenges, he continues to invest most of his time and energy to ensure that the costumes are the best, noting that he is optimistic about winning the Band of the Year title this year.
Well, we face a lot of challenge, you know. Look at this building, for example. You know, this is the kind of conditions that we have. You know, a leaky roof, a mass camp with dilapidated state, you know, sponsorship. You know, and I could go on and on and on and on. You know, it has several million complaints that we could go on and say that a lot of stuff that we're facing. But one of my most things that I'm challenged with is using the criteria for judging the mass. That's my biggest challenge. You understand? Because not only that we produce good mass, but even a reflection of yesteryear results. That, you know, it keep your spirit down to an extent too. It make you feel gloomy. It makes you feel like you don't want to come back. You know. So until that spirit come back again, then until they start to use the criteria, you know, and stop do favoritism. That's basically the roughest and toughest part of this ordeal for Metro St. High Voltage.
The High Voltage band leader is inviting masqueraders to come down to their mass tent at Lower Bay Street in Kingston to view their live costumes display and choose one out of the 10 sections they wish to portray.
8 adults and 2 children. The children are boys, White Knight. Girls, Purity. Adults, not followed by the adults. The other 8 sections are White Rose, Extreme White, White Gold, White in the Moonlight, Ivory, White Collar, Surrender, and last but not least, the all-inclusive section, Where is the White? Price ranges from $450 for the regular sections, children $180. The children is White Knight and Purity. The girls is Purity and the boys is White Knight. The all-inclusive section is priced from $600, back line $685, middle line, and front line $750. Okay. A contact number is 593-7117. You could call me any time of the day or night. 593-7117. That's my contact number. You can reach me anytime.
That was Carnival Beat and the end of the local segment of our news. We hear that Barbados ready to part with its majority shares and regional carrier Liat. This from the region. When we return, stay with us.
That was a local news segment.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs, and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci thing. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci thing. Juicy.
Hello.
Hello. What is going on? Hello.
No, hold on.
Hello? You still cannot hear me?
Now that's better. Now I can see you.
Oh my God, finally.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high-quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicell's super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicell.
Enter.
Sultana Alia.
Speak.
It is your humble servant, Chef Abdallah.
Kifek.
Please tell me what to prepare for the people.
Chef Abdallah, whatever you prepare for the Sultan, prepare for my people.
The Sultan Restaurant, serving up the best in local cuisine. Your own custom roti station and pizza station. Delicious kebab, chicken shawarma wraps, hamburgers designed just the way you like it. Vegetarian, no problem. We got you covered too. Just in case you love to eat, come and test our buffet. Available every single day. Hosting an event and need personalized catering? Let the Sultan come to you. The Sultan Restaurant. Eat like a sultan.
Tourism is for me. Tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Hey, are you elderly, disabled, physically immobile? Don't want to be a burden to anyone? Maybe you just need a ride to your next doctor's appointment? Fed up of asking for favors? Well, did you know that there's a company operating in St. Vincent and the Grenadines that will take you from your home to any medical facility on the island? Well, now you know. Island-wide medical transportation services offers door-to-door assistance no matter your situation. Just call us at 456-6442 and ask about our discount membership packages today. Island-wide medical transportation services, where your health and safety come first. Located in Arnersville at the Manna Complex.
There are signs everywhere. Pay attention whether you're male or female. Visit your health center to get screened. It's a preliminary test to determine if you are exposed to the HIV virus, an STI, or tuberculosis. Some who are HIV positive also have tuberculosis. But there's hope. Tuberculosis can be cured. And yes, you can live a full life with HIV. Talk to your doctor. Be responsible. Help stop the spread of TB, HIV. Encourage everyone to get tested.
Good day, folks. Remember, June 8th, the place is Signature Restaurant and Lounge. Look now. I am pumped and ready for that time. I am looking forward to destroying all of my competitors. So I'm looking forward to you coming out to support your morning host, Ari, from 6 to 10. You know how I roll in. So come out, June 8th at Signature Restaurant and Lounge, Morriton, Portia, Jillian, I'm mashing all you up. Who's in Signature?
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited and Digicel SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Hello? Hello? What is going on? Hello?
No, hold on.
Hello? You still cannot hear me?
Now that's better. Now I can see you.
Oh my God, finally.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high-quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicel super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicel.
Welcome back. In our news from the region, we hear that it has been touted for weeks, and yesterday evening the confirmation came. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley told the nation that Barbados is ready to part ways with its majority shareholding in Liat. Weeks ago, Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown disclosed that his government had offered to take up Barbados shares in the regional carrier, but PM Mottley remained silent on the issue. Last evening, however, she told Parliament that Barbados, as the airline's single largest shareholder with 49% shares, cannot continue to support Liat with its current model. As a result, she said Barbados will begin negotiations with the government of Antigua and Barbuda.
There is only so much that Barbados can responsibly do at this time, given our current circumstances and our current position on the journey which I referred to just now. Therefore, sir, notwithstanding our absolute commitment to regional air travel, and notwithstanding the fact, sir, and given in fact, the fact that the studies have recommended a different model and restructuring for Liat, and given the inability of the government of Barbados to do for Liat in the next 5 to 10 years what the government of Barbados did for Liat in the last 5 to 10 years, when we moved significantly to assume major shareholder responsibilities, we have taken the determination and decision as a cabinet that it is time for us to step back, while at the same time allowing other governments to continue with their proposal to want to restructure Liat in the way in which they have determined.
Prime Minister Mottley said Barbados Attorney General Dale Marshall will lead the negotiations, and she made it clear that Barbados, as a strong supporter of inter-regional travel, is not turning its back on Liat.
And will, one, maintain a minimum shareholding in Liat should we reach an agreement with our sister government for them to take over our shareholding with respect to the negotiations. Two, that we will continue to provide a minimum revenue guarantee, or I shouldn't say continue, we will provide a minimum revenue guarantee on any route that is uncommercial, unprofitable, recognizing, however, that the majority of routes that Barbados is involved in is in fact profitable within Liat. And it is against this background, Mr. Speaker, our commitment continues such that within the last few weeks the government of Barbados would have sent a further $1 million Barbados to Liat, and would also have satisfied our commitments to the Caribbean Development Bank with respect to the refleeting of Liat.
That's our news from the region. The international news is coming up next. Stay with us.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited and Digicel SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Hello?
Hello? What is going on? Hello?
No, hold on.
Hello? You still cannot hear me?
Now that's better. Now I can see you.
Oh my god, finally.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicel super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicel.
The body moves in many expressive ways. The freedom of movement is often taken for granted until that freedom is restricted by pain. Myers Pain Kill Gel is scientifically formulated to alleviate muscle and joint inflammation. With this gel, you can target the pain in areas where it's needed the most. Bring the joy of movement back into your life with Myers Pain Kill Gel. Available at leading stores and pharmacies in SVG.
Let's face it, things don't always go according to plan. Sometimes things go wrong, and sometimes things break. So whether you're a beginner or a pro, Gibson's Building Supplies has what you need. So it doesn't matter if it's heavy hardware or light hardware, we've got it all. So whether you can or you can't, we've got something you need. So come on in to Gibson's Building Supplies today.
Welcome to Finishing and Furnishing, where a warm and friendly staff awaits you. At Finishing and Furnishing, you feel like you're in a home away from home. You will find a wide range of bedroom, living room, and appliances displayed in a stunning setting. When dealing with furniture, you need to take into consideration the colors of your room. That's why at our Penta Studio, we supply the best in interior and exterior paints. Have wooden furniture? Well, we also have stains, sealers, lacquers to get that matte or gloss finish of your desire. So give us a call at 457-2206 and come on down to Finishing and Furnishing today and start building the home of your dreams.
The Brighton Methodist Church presents a Whitsuntide experience involving dance, modeling, and IT on Saturday, June 8, 2019 at the Methodist Church Hall beginning at 3 p.m. Come and be entertained by two of the top steel pan soloists in SVG, Kingsley Hero Roberts and Saeed Bowman. Dancers from the La Gracia Dance Company, modeling by the Brighton Methodist and La Gracia Youth, and a scrumptious tea. Seated tickets are $50, takeaways $40, and make sure you get a memento for posterity. You can have your photo taken before you leave for $5 or $10. It's hats, heels, and IT. Saturday, June 8th. Proceeds go towards furnishing the new Brighton Methodist Chapel.
Pete is a perfectionist and a profound performer who perseveres proudly, procuring a promotion per annum. Meanwhile, Freddie frustratedly fumbles to figure out his own formula for fulfillment. Pete preserves his prime physical condition by pecking at perfect produce, perfecting posture while pumping ponderous poundages, pursuing personal peace, and prudently purchasing prime sleeping apparatus. Your best day starts tonight with a Sleep-On-It mattress from Quartz.
Hey, what's up, SVG? This is your girl, Miss Portia,
And I'm telling you to come on out to Signature Restaurant and Lounge on the 8th of June, 7 p.m. sharp. If you want to see me put Morris Horn to rest, put Arrington on retirement, and run Jill out of town, you need to be at Signature Bar, 7 p.m. sharp. Hey, you don't want to miss it. It's gonna be a show of a lifetime.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carez Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh Laundry Detergent. Agents and distributors, Carez Distribution Limited.
Let's go further field now. U.S. President Donald Trump joined Queen Elizabeth and other European leaders in the British naval city of Portsmouth to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the D-Day landings, a decisive turning point in the Second World War. The event marks the end of the United States President's state visit to the United Kingdom. We have more in this report.
Away from the politics and the protests of the past 2 days, Donald Trump was back in the limelight, shoulder to shoulder with Queen Elizabeth, World War II allies, and countries long since reconciled.
On behalf of the entire country, indeed the whole free world, that I say to you all, thank you.
It's 75 years since the Normandy landings, a decisive turning point in the war, when Britain, the US and their allies launched the most ambitious seaborne invasion plan ever. In this poignant moment of remembrance, Trump stuck to the script with a prayer.
Almighty God, our sons, pride of our nation, this day have set upon a mighty endeavor.
There have been some concerns about Donald Trump's presence here, that he would in some way detract from the solemnity of the occasion, draw attention away from the veterans of D-Day, many of them in their 90s, who were young men when they went to war.
It's about respect, and we can keep politics out of the situation, and it's more the legacy of the United States and their importance to D-Day that I think it's important that he's here, as well as all the representatives, all the other nations as well.
He's the president of their country. He does what the people want. And all these people that are around here moaning and groaning, get a life.
It's 25 years since a very different US president visited Portsmouth for the 50th anniversary of D-Day. Then Bill Clinton mingled with the crowds. Today there's a gulf between the US president and the public. Extensive fortifications around the main enclosure, watchtowers, snipers. $22 million worth of security.
A letter from Captain N.W.G. Skinner.
British Prime Minister Theresa May will step down in the coming weeks. In the past few days, Trump's held meetings with several possible successors, intervening in British politics like few American leaders before him. For Trump, the state visit is a PR coup back home, with a US audience obsessed with the royal family. For many Brits, his visit was a reason to protest.
I almost wonder if this is sort of beyond repair. First of all, you have to have someone or a staff in the White House who are listening. If there's a second term, I cannot imagine what will happen, for instance, just in the case of Iran, where a country that wants peace is being forced in another direction.
As the Second World War is remembered, the shadow of another potential conflict looms in the Middle East between America and Iran, against the advice of many of America's allies.
Well, that's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Carez Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents, and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Curace Distribution Limited.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They call General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
The local weather forecast, it is partly cloudy and hazy. Winds are variable at 4 kilometers per hour. Temperature is 27.8 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity is 83%. The barometric pressure is 14.3 millibars. 24-hour rainfall 0.2 millimeters. Today's maximum temperature is 30.4 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature is 24.6 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 6:29 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow at 5:37 a.m. The forecast, it is partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy and hazy with a few isolated showers. The synopsis, the Atlantic high pressure system is the dominant feature.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
A funeral is considered as a last goodbye. The memories are for you, the family and loved ones. Joseph the Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home sympathizes and understands the grieving process. They go the extra mile, offering counseling, private funeral, chapel service, night viewing and church service, along with other services expected at a professional funeral home. Visit the office at Mesopotamia. A warm, modern and customer-friendly environment awaits you. Joseph the Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home, offering affordability in time of need. We are here. We care.
Set for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prizes to be won. Set for life. A brand new house, set for life. A brand new car, set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets, set for life. Did your day done set for life. December 28th, set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019, set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner, turn your own keys, set for life.
Welcome to the evening sports. We heard that Sri Lanka denied Afghanistan a famous victory by winning a low-scoring thriller in the ongoing ICC World Cup yesterday. After a dismal batting collapse by Sri Lanka, Afghanistan needed a rain-revised target of just 187 from 41 overs, but were beaten by 34 runs. Afghanistan slipped to 57 for 5 in their chase, but a partnership of 64 gave them hope. However, Sri Lanka new wonder Pradeep returned and took 2 quick wickets, putting the Afghanistan team in further trouble. Sri Lanka had earlier gone from 144 for 1 to 201 all out. A collapse sparked by Mohammad Nabi took 3 wickets in the 22nd over. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the second innings.
That is magnificent from Tessara Pereira. 2-4, maybe. Well, 2-4 for Nabi. Very good from Sri Lanka. Wow, how about that?
Saying that, Afghanistan have a lot of pride as well. Oh, it's been well struck as well.
A victory would have been Afghanistan's second at a World Cup and first against a test-playing nation at the tournament. Instead, Sri Lanka earned their first win of the 2019 World Cup. On the local front, we heard that Exceed Sports Club won by default over Irie Travel Vets in the Joyce Frank 3rd Division knockout of the Flow National Netball Championships on Monday at the Kingston Netball Center in New Montrose. French Veranda Exceed defeated National Properties Netters 57-39 in the Marlene Arthur 2nd Division knockout. Yesterday afternoon, French Veranda Exceed clinched the Marlene Arthur 2nd Division Flow National Netball Championships knockout title after beating Island Blends Maples 51-42 in the finals at the Kingston Netball Center in New Montrose. Yesterday afternoon, second match at the same venue, SVG General Services Maple defeated Combined Schools 2016 in the Joyce Frank 3rd Division knockout. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy, Massey Stores Pharmacy, where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances, TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture. Right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses. Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer. We'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer. The #1 family store. It's us with Singer. 26 retail shops and restaurants open now for your convenience. Cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal. It's a great venue to run for functions. Secure parking, great ambiance. At the cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal.
Convenient parking at the Kingston Cruise Ship Terminal and the Geese Compound. The Kingston Cruise Ship Terminal has 26 retail shops and restaurants with a variety of food offerings. A great secure venue for your function with a great ambience. Also, we offer lock storage service. The Cruise Ship Terminal. Convenience for you.
At the cruise ship terminal. The cruise ship terminal.
still going to town for hardware? No, you don't need to. Pinchers Hardware in Pembroke. It's your one-stop shop for all your hardware needs. We stock building materials, blocks, sand, and stones. Also plumbing and electrical fittings. We have automotive supplies too. And to make things easy, we will deliver to your location. Come on in or simply call us at 458-7591 or 533-1576. We are open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pinchers Hardware, located in Pembroke, where quality meets price.
This season, experience all the sports you love. Whether on a large screen or a mobile device, you've got the best seat in the house. Share the moment with you and your family from wherever you are with the latest products from Quartz. Get it now with Ready Finance. Don't miss a moment of the action. It's Sports Mania at Quartz, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Welcome back. In more sporting news now, we hear that the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Senior National Squash Championships got underway yesterday at the National Squash Center in Paul's Avenue in Kingstown. In the men's open round of 16, Jadon Williams defeated Caldrick Fraser 10-12, 11-5, 5-11, 11-7, 16-14. Mikhail Kwashi had the better of 11-1, 11-3, 11-1, and Bradley Glasgow won from Jaden George 11-3, 11-4, 11-15. In the women's opening round, Jaden Ross beat Nadija Morgan 11-6, 11-6, 11-5, and Sherian Slater won from Sierra George 11-4, 11-9, 11-9. In round 2, Amber Glasgow defeated Sierra George 11-5, 11-4, 11-4, and Sherian Slater won from Nadija Morgan 12-10, 11-6, 11-4. And that's all we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up. Stay with us.
A new name in pharmaceuticals has come to SVG, and that name is Q-Care. Q-Care Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality. Q-Care Pharmaceuticals is located uptown Kingstown on Halifax Street in the Gecko Building, right opposite the General Post Office. Q-Care opens Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays until 1:30 p.m. We fill your prescriptions promptly. We invite you to come in and experience the new standard in pharmaceuticals. Q-Care, where the Q always stands for quality.
Enter.
Sultana Alia.
Speak.
It is your humble servant, Chef Abdallah.
Kifek.
Please tell me what to prepare for the people.
Chef Abdallah, whatever you prepare for the Sultan, prepare for my people.
The Sultan Restaurant, serving up the best in local cuisine. Your own custom roti station and pizza station. Delicious kebab, chicken shawarma wraps, hamburgers designed just the way you like it. Vegetarian, no problem. We got you covered too. Just in case you love to eat, come and test our buffet. Available every single day. Hosting an event and need personalized catering? Let the Sultan come to you. The Sultan Restaurant. Eat like a sultan.
Now for a second look at the headlines. Fisherman's Day celebration returns to Kingstown. Fisher folk ecstatic with the venue change. Barbados ready to part with its majority shells, and regional carrier Liat will leaders join veterans to mark 75th anniversary of D-Day landings in south of England. And in sports, Sri Lanka beats Afghanistan in low-scoring thriller in ICC World Cup clash. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Rochelle Baptiste. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
This is Jake's Kitchen, the most trendy place to customize your kitchen in all of SVG. And when we say trendy, you better believe it's hot. Because we've got the latest in stylish kitchen accessories and fittings at astonishingly available prices. Guaranteed to make your kitchen bling bling. And our new arrivals will do just that. Step up to our showroom, upstairs Caribbean Glass in Kingstown, and make your kitchen the envy of all. When you're customized by Jason,
who perseveres proudly, procuring a promotion per annum. Meanwhile, Freddie frustratedly fumbles to figure out his own formula for fulfillment. Pete preserves his prime physical condition by picking at perfect produce, perfecting posture while pumping ponderous poundages, pursuing personal peace, and prudently purchasing prime sleeping apparatus. Your best day starts tonight with a Sleep On It mattress from Quartz.